Hey there, it's Raven Scry here today just to connect. It's a crazy kind of stormy, wintry day here in Melbourne, Australia. So I'm just kind of here with the heater on, feeling those wintry vibes and also looking at the sea of red that we have in the market as well at this time, that we kind of knew was coming because, as we've spoken about before, this eclipse energy is always extremely aligned with corrections. It seems like the last eclipse, what was it? We had the FTX collapse right on an eclipse. We also had the lunar collapse, which I was affected by both of them. They were big events. So, it's looking that as we head into this eclipse, we're also in that red zone. We've got a bit of a pullback, and everyone gets a little bit scared and freaked out and like, oh no, it's the end of the world. But I think there is opportunity here. Of course, this is not financial advice. This is just me with my thoughts. And today I'm going to do a little bit of a scroll through some energies of projects and anything that wants to be shared or offered or thoughts. It's just a little bit of a chilled sharing time. So I think the last time I did this, I went to about number 50 coin. So I'm going to pick up from about there. Of course, things have shuffled and changed a bit, but I'm just going to start from there. So bam on 50. Theta is at number 50. Okay. Positive energy, there's positive energy around this, and so many have this positive energy, positive growth, moving up overall with the larger market. So many of them are just going to travel up with it all together. But Theta, it certainly has a nice positive vibe. Always has this beaming glow to it that I feel. And although there is this sense at the moment that feels like things are being, there's a bit of compression, pushed down, in the market, it's like they kind of keep referring to that moment of that happening. And it's interesting too, and they're giving me a scene which there may be some insight in connecting to it like this, but it's like they push it down and compress it, the prices, and there is it's reminding me of a spine, somebody's spine that's being compressed, and it's like the pressure building up in the spine, which is kind of interesting because it's like there is this process of lengthening taking place, also this compression, but this lengthening, but they're just pointing to this compression point within the spine energy. And, the spine may be symbolic for the larger market too, but this is just what they gave me around this. So moving back into just gently kind of scrolling into some of these coins, Sui has quite a light energy with it. And I want to say, some of them are heavier, some of them are lighter. Sui just has this lightness that feels like it can lift easily. It's not being weighed down in the way Spirit is wanting to show this here. I'm just going to plug my computer in so it doesn't go flat. Okay, so an R-weave. I'm going to connect now into R-weave a little bit more. It has a solidity around it, R-weave. To be honest, I've kind of gravitated a little bit to it lately. I'm like, there's something brewing. And it was interesting too because I was driving the other day, and often when I drive, there's all sorts of funny symbols and things that come in to the number plates and to the things that pass by, and it's like an evolving, moving experience, and many things come in and out. But our weave certainly came in there, and I was like, ooh, I should get a bit more of that one. and then it did a nice pump, but now we're pulling back a little bit, so I feel quite good around weave, that it's going to move nicely. Jupiter, for some reason I'm going to sort of jump over Monero. Why do I want to jump over Monero? I don't see it's necessarily negative within its movements, but there's some part of me that wants to move away from it. So I'm going to honour that. Jupiter. Sixes. They're saying sixes with this one. It's like they're moving. It's moving up, and it's sort of getting, and then there's some sort of resistance going on there with it. But it's certainly, like doing some explosive movements, and I know that it already has done significantly well, and a lot of people made a lot of money with Jupiter as well. But I do see there to be, this next leg up, and it's got a lot of energy. There's a lot of build up here, and there's a lot of transacting going on. There's a lot of all this energy coming together. A lot of people blending, merging. A lot of brain thought. A lot of ideas. A lot of transactions. Essentially, there's a lot going on here within the way it's being shown. Okay. Oh, look, as we move down, it's like there's lots of goodies, Gala spirit. Giving me an ace for Gala, ace, which is a nice one. I'm not going to touch deeply into all of these, but I'm just, touching in just gently to some of them to see if there's anything that wants to be shared. Celestia. It's a very rounded energy, Celestia. There's this kind of, it feels like I feel like I'm on some sort of a trajectory of energy that feels rounded. It's like we moved down and up. Whoa! It's like there's a flightiness. It's being propelled, which is kind of nice. Floki is, an energy unto itself. It's like, it's interesting because I almost feel like it's got, I can sort of feel elemental connected energies to Floki, which can be really quite cheeky, the elemental connections, and trickster-like. But I just kind of felt that connection as I connected with Floki. And actually, moving on along down the timeline with Floki, just asking Spirit, what are we going to see here with this? They're talking about triple X's with this one. They've spoken about triple X's in a lot of the readings that I've done, and certain ones get these triple X's. Now I feel as though this is like multiple X's, but it's a specific triple X, which they haven't given me a lot more insight in regards to what that means, but certain coins get it, and this is getting a triple X as well. Algo, feels strength, solid. Feels like it's here for the longer term. Let's keep scrolling. So connect to C, SEI, say C63. I'm hearing fly, and I'm getting this sense of this bird that just flies, free flying through the sky. And it's like, it's moving somewhere and everything's falling away that's stopping or blocking it. It's like it doesn't have limitations here. It just has this free flight, which is kind of nice. Okay, flow. I know flow was connected to it years ago, and there was a lot of positive energy around flow. I feel like there's still strength with this one, and they're also giving me triple X's for this one too, which is quite interesting. quant. Okay, they're giving me a scene with quant. They're giving me a scene. There's, someone's driving on the road, and there's all these. It's like there's these barriers to get around, or there's these. It's like I'm in some sort of a test within this driving. It's like a driving test, and there's all these things put in the way, and you have to dodge and go around these things. And so, they just show these obstacles that are being kind of moved around, and they're not really giving me a lot more than that. A little bit more insight, Spirit. Is there something more to be shared around quant? It's like they show me this. There's a stage here. It almost feels like it's in a game. So it's like we move past these certain obstacles, these certain blocks, and then it moves to the next stage. And there is a point that the accelerator on the car is put flat, and they're like, go, and it's like something's holding it back. But then when it runs, it's like it's just going to shoot, it's just going to go. It's like it's got a lot of, the spinning wheel of the accelerator is going. It's like, and then as soon as the block is taken away, it's just going to fly off, is the way that it feels. Interesting. Okay, moving along, what have we got here? Beam. I've spoken about Beam before. I'm going to move along from Beam. It's interesting because there's certain coins that I hear certain phrases, because there's been this influx of doing many readings. It's like there's certain phrases that come through, which apply to many of the coins. But one of the phrases is trouble in the system. Now, sometimes I can take that on a larger market level, in terms of larger industry and its connections and the movements overall. But then there's this particular trouble in the system that comes in with some coins. Now, I feel as though this is to do with manipulation or some sort of corruption, some sort of energies that are troubling, within the system, essentially. And sometimes they come into coins that are positive. So it's just to keep it in mind, keep this in mind. And, I'm actually feeling Beam. I'm looking at Beam. I'm looking at it, and I feel like there's a great deal of positivity around it. But I'm hearing that. I'm hearing trouble in the system. So just to keep that in mind, if that's something that you're in. Of course, this is not financial advice. I'll say it again. How many times do I have to say it? Keep saying it. I'm just sharing my own experience with you guys, and hope that you can get something from it. Okay. What do we want to connect to? Ajax. Sevens with Ajax. They're showing good movement, progression. Here with this one. Okay, I'm going to move. There's other thoughts coming in around that, but I'm going to leave that for now. I'm not wanting to confuse the mix of everything. 88 Audi. I'm hearing fire sale. And this is another thing that comes in often, is these references, like trouble in the system, fire sale. Fire sale connects with Audi at this time. Okay, I'm going to keep shuffling down. Shuffle. Okay. Wow, well that's it for that. Maybe I'm just going to click to the next page, have a quick squizzy. I'm just going to pick one more from this. Okay, PancakeSwap. Cake. They're talking about, well, they're just showing me some decent movement here. Yeah, it feels like it's going up with a larger market, but it just generally feels like it goes up. And AIOZ network. Let's keep going. One more. I know I said one more before, but we're going to go for one more. Rose. I'm hearing significant growth incoming with Rose. It feels like there's connectedness, there's a movement here within what's going on behind the scenes. It also feels like it's got some longevity here as well with this one. Yeah, so interesting. All right, well, I think I'm going to leave it there with the little bit of the scroll, the winter scroll. Not that I'm in winter over here, but we're heading for that, and I'm actually not looking forward to it. It's going to be freezing. I could do what I've done other years and just pick up and go up north and get out of the cold, but sometimes it's not as easy to do that as other times. So, I guess I've got to brace for winter. It's not very exciting, but then, there is all sorts of brewing of things, new life, and new creations to kind of come from that space, if you make the most of it, I guess. Okay, so yeah, anything else to share before I wrap this one up? I have been doing many readings for you guys. I'm getting there. I'm certainly getting closer to the end of them. They are closed currently, and I feel like that's important. So please don't contact me about them for now. They're I've had a stint of them, and they're wearing me a little bit thin because there's been so many requests and so many different coins. Sometimes they're really easy to connect to. Other times it's difficult. And it can be to do with the fact that they're smaller tokens and there's not so much going on. Some of them aren't launched. Some there is just strange connection with, and some of it's very strong. There's so many variables that go into reading a crypto and the energy of a cryptocurrency. So if you're waiting on a coin request, I'm nearly there. I'm not too far off finishing many of them. So yeah, I hope that you're enjoying them. I haven't shared them all because I felt like it was all, getting it to be a little bit much. So I sort of backed off a little bit. But I'm going to continue on sharing videos that feel right to be sharing with you guys, and other readings. And I hope you're all well. I hope you're all doing well as we head into this eclipse time, and taking good care of your own selves, your own emotions, your own sensitivity levels, because it's going to be very challenging for many. So I'm just sending you lots of good vibes for this time ahead, and lots of solid strength as well, sending that through of you guys have all got the strength to push on through this time, and we're going to move into some really exciting times further later in the year. So just really get ready for that and prepare, and don't let the fear take hold, because we're moving into some beautiful, beautiful times. Much abundance, much light, many possibilities all coming. Okay, take care, guys. I'll catch you again soon. Raven Scry signing off.